so long on so long to how it feels, so long to myself, so long to how you feel, so long to myself. Microdosing me, microdosing me, microdosing me, microdosing.
Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord. Never have I so badly wanted to shirk my duties as I do right now. Oh, my God. All right, so slight twist on the formula, I suppose. seeing as how Tetris 999 has become my drunk game of choice on the channel, I'm not currently drunk, but I'm currently very hungover. We had a recording session yesterday, and my bass player and partner in crime on World Series Baseball, Mr. Rob D. Lorenz, Rob D. the future, the living legend, decided to throw a boys' night at his place. And since I am a noted introvert who does not leave his house unless dragged physically, I decided I should go since I was already with Mr. DiLorenzo at the recording session. So I don't feel iconic. Hi, friends. Yeah, I feel like death. I was getting just very close to not streaming today, and seeing as I couldn't stream yesterday, it didn't feel proper to take a day off. So I'm here. This will probably be an hour. I ain't got much in the tank. I'm not gonna lie or oversell it. But we'll play a few games of Tetris. If y'all get chatty, maybe the chat will bolster my steam a little bit. But don't expect much today. Oh my God, I'm hurting. A lot of whiskey. It was a really fun night though, so you gotta do that every once in a while. For those keeping score at home, my personal best, which has never been achieved on stream, of course, is 4th place. Still trying to get that elusive number 1. Which I don't feel like that's even possible today, so today's probably the day it'll happen. Oh my God, and this hoodie is making me sweaty. Oh, I feel terrible. I feel absolutely terrible. All right, let's go. I'm ready. Let's go. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the music. That was some new shit. That's some work in progress stuff, actually. That's gonna be not even on my next album coming out, but the one after that. So you get a look at the future right there, or a listen, I suppose. That's called Low Grade Euphoria, and I played it because I'm fucking happy with how it turned out. No rocket science to that one. Just feeling it. Saw it in my playlist on iTunes, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. Play it on the channel. Let's go. I still don't feel a strong connection to the attacking system in this game. I don't have any new compelling strats that I've been using. Just sort of getting by. I mostly just stay on KOs now. Unless I'm really getting pounded by attackers, and then I'll switch over. But I don't know. It seems to be working okay. The end, I'm at that point where I'm a little despondent with my chances of victory because I feel like the end is such a crapshoot. Like, it gets going so fast that, like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen, and I feel like I have very little agency towards the end of the game. Like, I don't feel like I'm in control of it at all when it gets down to the later portions. It's a crapshoot. I find myself like spinning and just doing my best to survive. Once it gets down to the nitty gritty. Okay, here we go. No! Oh God! I fucked up. I got nervous. Let's just try to get that out real quick. All right, cool. Happens sometimes. There. Fuck. I feel like this game's gonna get away from me right now. Come on. Get out. That. Fuck. I don't like any of this. Fuck. And they're coming too, these motherfuckers. They're coming for me. They see the weakness. They feel my hangover. No. Fuck. That was the end. That's the end, folks. Damn it. All right. Not a great start. It's fine. That was the warm-up anyway. I think we got some KOs on that, though. Huh? Oh, one fucking KO. Hydrate, friends. If you drink, hydrate. Always hydrate. I didn't drink enough water before I went to sleep. I actually did. I was pretty drunk because I like the end of the night is a little bit hazy. The end of the night's a little hazy. Like I have some gaps. But I remember taking the jug of water out of the fridge and like bringing it to my room and just sipping it as I was falling asleep to try to like mitigate the morning. Oh my god. Pardon, that's disgusting. Let's go. Alright, so this will be the same way all my Tetris streams go. I'll play a few games. When my eyes get tired, because my eyes tend to need a rest after a few, I'll play some songs. I even thought, for a brief second, I thought about just like doing a stream where I just play one of my albums, maybe do like a little commentary track. I think doing stuff like that can keep you fresh too. It's not even just because I'm hungover and don't feel it today. It's actually, I was thinking about like, sometimes you gotta, that's why I did that creative stream where I was doing the mixing in Logic, which I'll do more of that when the mood strikes me. That's not the kind of thing I can force, But I had fun doing that. I'm already thinking about ways it can improve. Well, one would be having the audio right so y'all can actually hear what I'm doing. That was a mistake. But it was fun to do that. I really enjoyed it. Let's put this here, and this here, and then this here, and then let's get the line. Drop that. Cool. Get that over there. That over there. That over there. I don't like this piece. I don't like this piece right now. It's offline. Why did I do that? That was alright, we're good. This out, that's fine. Just to get that out real quick. That out. Switch to attackers. Drop this fucking line. Fuck out, homie. Switch to KOs. I just like to like throw a little shade at attackers sometimes, just so they know that like I'm here and then I'm paying some attention to what's going on. I should have done that. That's fine. Maybe I just make some shit disappear for a quick second. Momentum, you know what I'm saying? I notice a lot too with the attacker situation that usually if you just throw some shade down, they'll back off. There it is. Nice. Got it cleared out. Oh my god. I feel a step slow. Get over there. Sick. That was fun. Here we go. Let's go, baby. Give it to me, friends. Ade Dewey Dembella. Give me the power, I beg of you. Okay. Nope. Okay. We're in trouble, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, friends. You can do this. You can do this. This is a thing that can be done by us. Oh no! Motherfucker. I was gonna lose anyway. Internet still connected? Yeah. That was weird. I never got kicked out of a game before. Fuck it. Can't do nothing about it. Holy shit. I just checked my uptime and it's 14 minutes. That's bad. Your boy is tired. Tired, Las Vegas. Check to see if it's running. Oh. Alright. One or two more, and then I'm taking a break. Oh boy. I'm gonna play out today. I'll start. Oh my god, I can't even think. I'll start one of my albums from the top and play as many tracks as I get to during the stream. Oh, I'm being focused on. I don't like this. Ooh, why are they focusing on me? Don't focus on me. Not little old me. I'm just here to hang out, man. I'm no threat. I'm no threat. I'm no threat like Kobe is no friend. Oh god. Oh, this is just going horribly. I'm about to lose. Oh god. Can we come back from the depths? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Oh my god, it feels like I'm being fucking stream sniped. I don't think that's possible though. I don't think I have enough of a following to get stream sniped. Oh shit. Okay. I don't know how I'm staying alive right now. No. Yes. Get that on there. Yes. Holy shit. Fucking miracles are happening right now. Point where I'm kind of like, no. Oh, it's a wrap. 64. That was terrible. And sometimes you just don't get a good start. Hey, level 31. Fuck it, let's go again. I want one decent finish before I take a break. Shoutouts to Exploding Hitler, who I don't know if that's his permanent home. I'm not really liking him there. Like, I wanted him to join the pantheon of achievements. That's the achievement board. You know, we got the Rocky signifying our affiliate status as the Intercontinental Champions of Twitch. We got the Shmoney emote signifying that we got ourselves a fucking emote. And Exploding Hitler felt like an accomplishment, you know. Damn, I'm still rocked by the end of that game. Bionic Commando, fucking all-time classic. I feel like I'll probably play that like once a year. That was a lot of fun to beat that game. That was maybe my favorite episode of Game Genie Run so far because it's a game. It was a game that I had intimate knowledge of from the perspective of failure. You know, I've been trying and losing at that game since I was a small kid, and then it was like really cool to see the ending finally, and then have the ending actually like be really dope and pay off. Was so cool, man. Me and Steve were talking about that shit. We stayed on Skype for a while after. We were both kind of just like a little bit rocked by how much we liked it. It was like, man, that was. We were debating whether or not that was the best NES game ending we've ever seen. For me, I think it is. I honestly think that I can't remember ever seeing a better ending to an NES game. Usually, I mean, that's like the long-running joke about NES games is like usually you play the whole fucking game and it's great, and then you get down to the fucking ending and the ending is so trash. Like, but that one really lived up to the hype. Get that there. Get that there. Oh my god, I really need a line. I really need a line. Come on. Fuck that. Put that right there. It's fine. Get that out. Okay. Get that out too. Yes. We have life. I'm just gonna focus on trying to get the spot open. I need to get the spot open. Come on. By any means necessary, we just need to get that spot open. Save that line for just in a second. Nope, we don't want to put anything to block there. Yes. Oh, except that I did stupid. Fuck. Come on. This is not the time. Alright, you know what? Open that up. Yeah. Let's go. Let's start knocking it down. Cool. Open it up again. Yes. I don't love this. Jesus Christ. I'm not looking ahead enough right now because my brain is so tired. funny that I choose to play, you know, a challenging puzzle game every time I'm drunk or hungover. What does that say about my mental state? That, like, I want to be challenged mentally when I feel like the absolute death. I think it was me trying to like have a gimmick when I play this game because I can't rely on just being like super excellent at Tetris because I'm not, you know. I would say I'm okay at Tetris, you know. I'm good. I'm good-ish. Like I can play Tetris. I understand the game. But you watch some people play this shit, man. And they're just like fucking geniuses. Like how the fuck y'all react so fast? My homegirl, she keeps sending me screenshots of her of her getting number one. She's fucking perma roasting me for not winning yet, and I'm like, you bitch, why you gotta be like that? What I ever did to you? All I've ever done is be your friend, and you just fucking perma roast me. It's pretty great actually. I'm really enjoying being roasted. I'm like, I'm gonna get my win eventually. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to get off my stride, man. Okay, put that over there. Put that over there. Put that over there. Oh fuck. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go right now. Oh my god. I don't think so. I don't like where this is going. I see it. I feel it. It feels bad. Put that over there. Put that in there. Put that over there. Put that on the side. Put that over there. Put that over there. Put that over there. Put that right there. It's fine. Whoop, that was bad, but that was fine. Yeah, bish. What? You didn't know? Put that out of there. Put that over there. Put that over there. Put that right there. Put that right there. Put that right there. Put that. Oh no. Fuck. I fucked that one up. Okay. No! That was an accident. Oh, I pressed up like an idiot. Okay, put that right there. And that. Get that over there. Get that in the corner. Put that way right there. Put that there. No! There, over there, over there, spin that, get that over there. No, that was an accident too. Fuck. All right, we're getting into that territory now. Getting into that territory where you just gotta start making the best of it. Okay, we're doing fine. Yeah, that's fine. Over there, over there, spin that, over there, over there, there. No, oh, I didn't want to put that there. It sucked. No. Fuck. 11. All right, I'll take 11. That wasn't too bad. All right, main menu that shit up. All right. Oh, how are we doing on uptime? 23 minutes. All right, making our way through it. First break. Oh shit, guys. I need a fucking cleanse. I need a break. Play some tunes. Throw that BR. Oh no, not. I don't need to throw up the BRB. I'll throw up the shmoney. I'm undecided. BRB or BRB. Nah, shmoney. I feel like the BRB is for when I actually have to step away. I know it doesn't matter, but it kind of matters to me. All right, let's play some tunes. What should we put on today? Let's do one of let's do like an up-tempo one. Let's do Farouk. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, A String Theory is a great song. Hell yeah. Let's do that. Back in a sec, guys.
there to suit my needs, and you can float here by my side. Everywhere I go, what I've come to know is bigger than is wrong and right. String theory rising near me, sunshine in my face. String theory is so completely born and raised in grace. Every time I try to get my peace of mind, someone's always in my face, trying to get by in the great divide, wishing for a little thing. String theory so completely running in my brain. String theory almost nearly every single day. Smash the elements if we get tired of the sky. Hand in hand, eye to eye, goodbye. Everywhere I please, you're there to suit my needs, and you keep floating by my side. String theory rising, really try to reach the sky. String theory so completely how we're getting by. Been through this before, we both know how it ends. All I wanted was a body, I don't think we'll ever be friends. Just another head-on collision. When you get to the bottom of the line, like in any functional vision, when you're learning to let things slide, looking for the door, we don't need to pretend.
Chia. Oh my god, it's funny whenever I go back. There's certain songs when I go back and hear them. Uh, I all I hear is what I hate about them. Um, you know, that's one of those tunes for me. The first one was A String Theory. I fucking love that song. That second one was called Capo Evo Slide. Um, that song I like it. It's not a bad. The hook's pretty good, and it sounds cool. It's a chunky, heavy riff thing. But the bass is very atonal. And at the time, I go through phases with that where I like to do things that where your brain perceives the things that are going to come next, or the sequence, or the way things are going to sound together, just by we're all pretty trained in terms of being music listeners. Like, we all listen to a lot of music, right? So even without any formal instruction or training or pursuit like that, like not if you're not a songwriter, it doesn't matter. If you hear enough music, you kind of get a feel for how pop songs get written. You know what I mean? So I get into these moods where I want to do things very atonally to break that mold, to get away from conventional songwriting, and sort of to set up things and then deliver different payoffs than what you actually expect. Because I feel like, I don't know, when you do that, for me, it's very gratifying to be surprised by music, and to hear, like, a lot of my favorite albums are albums that changed my perception of what you could even do with music. Stuff that I'd never heard before, like styles that I'd never heard before, and then I'll get into a record that kind of introduces me to that style, and then next thing you know, it's like my music vocabulary grows. So I guess in a way I'm trying to pay that debt back by, like, sometimes making music that is a little bit more challenging to listen to, and maybe even off-putting to some. But I think the rewards are large for doing that. But that song, when I hear it now, I don't like that atonal bass part. I kind of wish that I had played it a little straighter, because the song is cooler than the bass part is letting it be, kind of. But que sera, no big deal. We learn, we continue. Like, just now I heard it and I was like, yeah, I overreached with that bass shit. I was trying for something that didn't really land. But what can you do? Just try again on another track. The next time that vibe comes around, But I still do that. That being said, I still do lots of atonal things, and break convention with regularity. That's still a big part of how I make music. But I'd like to think my sensibilities have gotten a little better over the years, to where, like, I can more quickly recognize when a song needs to be played straight now than earlier. And that's Dan's songwriting corner for today. I love talking about the process. I hope that's not boring to people, but to me, it's like the process is everything. I have a deep admiration for the process, the artistic process. Like, I saw in a YouTube documentary once, they said that they view themselves as laborers, but they view the art as, sacred. And I feel very much the same way. Like, I don't hold myself in reverence. I don't have reverence for, the artist. I don't have that, like, energy of, like, oh, I'm a creative genius type, that vibe that some people can have sometimes. I don't go to those places. I feel like a dude swinging a hammer. My hammer just happens to be songs, And the songs I have tremendous reverence for. when you have clarity of thought and vision, and you actually achieve something where you're able to transmute your feelings into a piece of music, and it actually comes across unfiltered by your personality, every single one of those for me is a small miracle. So I have a tremendous reverence for the songs that come out of the process, and reverence for the process itself. But yeah, but I don't see it as any work of any I don't see it as something born out of my, my genius mind, or like my hyper creativity is like that I'm doing something that someone else couldn't do, I think I'm doing it my way, and I think that makes it unique. It's inherently unique because, I'm the only me, so the only one who could do it the way I do it is me, I don't think that's really to be lauded. I don't think that's praiseworthy. That I think we all get a little too happy with ourselves sometimes in our uniqueness. We all get a little lost in being the special flower. In reality, oh god, that was an accident. Ugh. When in reality, we're just like schmucks. As one of my patron saints once said, every single one of us, the devil inside. Man, that's my 2 cents on that. Yeah. Don't ego out. It's lame. Oh, they got me. I can't do nothing now. I'm stuck. Oh, god damn it. 16. Damn, 16 and kind of on a mellow run on that one, too. I wasn't really too focused. I was just playing loose. Fuck yeah. Let's get another one. I love this game. This game is great. I can't even imagine how many hours I've put in so far. I pick it up all the time and just play. And I usually don't place well. I feel like mostly I'll be like if you were to average out all my games, for every time I finish in the top 10, there's one where I'm out at like 70. So I would say probably my average is probably something like 25, which means I'm better than 75% of the people playing, right? If you're 25 out of 100 basically, That's cool. I'll take that. And I'm learning all the time when I play these games. I feel like it's so interesting. What's really been cool about the channel is that it has not changed my love of video games even slightly to be playing them more often now, because it went from being a recreational activity to now it's part of what I do. I was worried that I would go through some sort of burnout, but no, I fucking love video games. It hasn't changed at all. In fact, I would even say I'm growing a deeper appreciation for them now, because I'm absorbing them in different ways now. Because now there's the work games and the for fun games, and playing games off stream feels a lot different now, because I focus up in a totally different way when I'm playing off stream than I used to. like there's no more tertiary experiences for me with video games. It's like I'm constantly like breaking down how I'm feeling about what I'm playing in my mind now. Which I'm that way in general. So I guess I've always been that way to some extent. I really like art, and I really get a real kick out of thinking about the creative minds who make art, and and how they perceive the process. Like, because I have my own perceptions of the process when I'm making art, but like it's fascinating to me that other people perceive art their way, and their version is like different from mine. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I was watching, I can't remember what channel it was on YouTube, or like what the name of the documentary was or anything like that, but I was watching this documentary, and they were talking to the woman who composes for, I believe, Street Fighter, I want to say, and she was saying how she was riding on a train or a bus, and there was like a rattling sound that was going on, like some ambient sounds were mixing in her brain, like the shit that the my god, I wish I could think straight today. The ambient sounds of the train, like two things colliding or whatever on the train, gave her like a small refrain, like a doo-doo-doo, you know, and she like went and right off that was able to compose one of the main themes for one of the characters in the game. And fucking when I saw that, I had a smile a mile wide because 57, terrible. I had a smile a mile wide because that happens to me so often. So much of the music that I write comes from like I love to host parties because of that. I love to have people over. I love to be the host because when two people are having a conversation over my shoulders, a lot of times the way their voices will mingle with what I'm, in the background of what I'm focused on, will hand me a melody line. And then the next thing you know, I'm running to grab a guitar and or like, starting grab a keyboard or whatever it is. And next thing you know, I got a fucking tune. And that happens to me so often where like that's how I'll get the vibe for a song. And so like to hear another creative mind say that, and somebody who has a job that I desperately want. Like I wanna compose for video games so badly, and I don't know why I haven't taken more steps in that direction. I really gotta. That's something I gotta step up on. There's a few creative endeavors that I've had my eye on for a long time that are pretty neglected because I've been very focused on music and on my band and trying to get that to a higher level than it is. But like there's a filmmaker inside of me that wants to direct a film. There's a composer inside of me that would love to score for video games, specifically video games. I've done some kind of mock-up things where I've made some pieces for fictitious games in my head that don't exist, and I've every time I've done something like that, I've always been happy with the results. And I remember my ex at the time, I made this thing. We were actually together. We were both. We were younger then, we had more free time on our hands, and we were dabbling in programming together. It was kind of like a couples activity, which was fucking cool, actually. And looking back on it now, I'm like, man, that was a really fun time in my life. And I should have T-spun that. That was a mistake. So we were, right here. No, get in there. I don't know how to make it do what I want it to do. Get in there. There we go. Yeah, that was awesome. Why did I do that? Oh, stupid. Okay. Right, so we were dabbling in some programming at the time and like kind of trying to learn a little bit about that because we were thinking of making a game. And I remember I made this piece of music. It was gonna be like the theme for the main character, and I fucking showed it to her, and like she lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. She was like, "This is one of the best things." And, she was my. We were together for a very long time, so she, not that it got commonplace, but she got used to, like, that I have some amount of talent, and that, like, I write songs, and that, and that they come out good, and, like, so she wasn't necessarily gonna ever be wowed by anything I did, because she was just really used to me being a songwriter, and so, she would be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds great," or she'd always give she was really good at constructive criticism. She would tell me things in a very non-musician way, in plain fucking English. Like she'd be like, "I'm not." Oh god damn it. She'd be like, "I'm not feeling that," or that's kind of corny. She would just say shit like that, like or I feel like you're phoning that in, or. And there were even times where that kind of criticism would feel a little bit harsh. Like I'm like, "Yo man, I don't phone nothing in. I'm working hard all the time." But then you realize how invaluable having someone to just tell you straight like that is, because she would tell me things that somebody trying to be nice to me wouldn't say, but she would ultimately get the best out of me because of that. She would tell me some shit I needed to hear, and sometimes she'd be way off the mark and she would have an opinion and I wouldn't agree, and in the end I would do what I was going to do the whole time and feel very happy about the result. But then other times she would push me with her thought processes. And even if I was like kind of grumpy about it and like, you fucking poured cold water on my vibe, later I would, because of her suggestions and because of her pushes, I would like the art more and feel way more passionately about it than I did initially, and be like, wow, I'm glad she did that. Which, and our relationship is sound. We're still in each other's lives and really tight. And so till this day, she's still an excellent soundboard for me that way. But yeah, so I showed her this music, and she just had like a completely different reaction than how she would usually react, which is, very kind of like nonplussed and very like analytical of my work. And instead she just like lit up like a fucking Christmas tree and was just like, this is so good. Like she was almost like childlike in her reaction to it. And it was right at that moment that I realized, like, I can totally, if I work on video game music, I will pull emotion out of people, and like I will be good at that, So short story long, I gotta make that happen at some point, because I owe it to myself to pursue the things that I feel passionately about, which, as you do to yourselves as well, which I think that's been one of the main themes of the channel from day one, is like, do you, homie, and do it big. Like, get out there and be enthused about your fucking life and do the things you want to do. There is only time, And anyone who tries to sell you that you don't have time or that other things are more important, man, you know where to tell them to go. Go shopping for Christmas trees, homie. That's where you could go. Get him down. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, it's getting fast. I hate when it's fast. Oh, God. Oh, that was a mistake. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I'm doing any of what I'm doing right now. Oh, I fucking panicked. Fuck it. Oh, worst time for a fucking line. Oh, 7. 7. Damn, if I made... Oh, 8. If I made 1 or 2 better plays in that, I got self-conscious. I saw that it was getting close to the end, and I got self-conscious. Motherfucker. All right, 8's pretty good for today. I'm okay with that. What 48 minutes of time? You know what? I'll do 1 or 2 more, and then I'll just play a couple songs for the out and be done for the day, because, like I said, your boy's a little wrecked. See, but in the end, I'm glad I streamed, because I had that little conversation with y'all and myself. I think I'm gonna start trying to look for some work. There's somebody making an indie game right now that's like a 1 or 2 man team, and they need somebody to do music, and I could get on that and do a good job. That's the thing. I think if I get involved, I think if I make music for even 1 game, it will get me more work. Because I think if I make music for a video game, it's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be something that gets highlighted, And even going into what I was saying before about the atonality that I like to get into and the challenging aspects, it would be fun to commit to doing something straight like that. Because there, unless it's the type of game where you need to create tension or unease, which oh my God, if I got involved with a horror game, that would be another dream. So unless you're making something like that where you want to create tension, which I would be completely down for, you want to play it straight, because if you're making like an adventure type game where you got a hero and you got to have like a triumphant vibes, that's not the time or place to get atonal, right? So it would be fun to do something a little bit straighter, a little bit more conventional, I think at this point in my life, that would be a fun challenge to take on. Trying to play it straight and seeing how far I could get that way, Yeah, man, you gotta push yourself. You gotta take on challenges, and challenges are very individual. What's challenging for one person, it may be very easy for you, but then what they do, what naturally you are completely mystified by, And I fucking love that. I love that across the board. I think that's another truly... Oh, why did I do that? I'm fucking up a little bit. My head's not in this one. That's right. We'll turn it around. We're gonna turn it around right now. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. pop this in here and open that up. Yeah. Yeah, we're not playing games like that. That up. Put that there. That out of there. That over there. Also, this game makes my brain feel good. I think I actually understand why I like to play it drunk and hungover. Yeah, it kind of just clicked for me. It makes me refocus my mind, which takes the hangover away and, actually feels really good. Huh. I'm gonna watch a movie after this. Fucking mellow out for the rest of the day. Daydream about the girl that's on my mind, that kind of shit. Very conversational episode, huh? Man, I'm having one of those you got better at streaming moments. I remember, oh my god, I think it's still on the YouTube channel, the first solo stream I ever did. Oh my god, it was so bad. I did Eye of the Beholder 2. I've had really bad luck with Eye of the Beholder games on streams. Me and Steve tried to do it once and got super lost. And even though, like, the first one I've beaten so many times, and then we tried to do it on stream, and I was the worst guide ever. Like, I was, like, telling him where to go and how to solve the puzzles, but I was getting everything wrong. It was so funny. So, yeah, then my first ever solo stream, I tried to do Eye of the Beholder 2, which is... It's weird. I feel like 2 is my favorite, but I also never finished it. 1 is the only one I played all the way through. But I really like 2. I just got lost. There was a puzzle at one point I couldn't solve, and I never figured it out. And then, that computer was old, and so that file was gone. And then I've never done another file that I got back up to that spot in. You know what I mean? Just one of those things. You know how that goes sometimes with games. I've had really, really terrible luck with Eye of the Beholder streams. And I think about that version of me. I was so self-conscious to be streaming by myself, because I was like, I was uncomfortable with leaving any amount of dead air, so I was trying to talk, but I didn't have anything to say or any pacing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now I've done so much of this that I have an understanding of how to pace a stream, and how to, like, not blow through everything in your thought process too quickly, so that you actually have shit to say and talk about the whole time you're streaming. Which, if I was going to give advice to somebody starting out with streaming, I would say exactly that. Don't burn through everything on your mind too fast. Like, don't be in a race to get your shit in there. Go slower, let your thoughts pile up a little bit, so that you keep having something to say for the duration of the stream. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna do that. I don't know why I just did that. Okay, that's fine. That didn't ended up not hurting too much. Okay, we're good there. Let's go. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. Okay, put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there, sure. Put that there. That there. This is not a really good piece for me right now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right, let's get that out. All right, hold on. Let's try to fix that mistake real quick. Oh, God. No, fine. Spin. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. That's the game. I knew it. I fucking knew it. 7 with 3 KOs. 7 with 3 KOs, huh? That was pretty good. Oh, but I ended up 10. All right. Let's do... Okay, let's do one more. And then I'm out. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. That'll bring us to an hour. I don't even need to play another 2. Awesome. Okay, last one. So our best today is 8th place. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. Oh, my God. Let's go. Doom, 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 doom. I'm feeling good about this one, guys. I'm feeling like we're gonna get a decent finish. He immediately gets dunked on. That's fine. They may dunk the basketball. For I too can dunk. And when I dunk, I will dunk. Viciously. Oh. Threw up in my mouth a little. It's disgusting. Oh my god. The only thing I'm afraid of by constantly playing this game drunk and hungover is that I'm going to create some sort of like Pavlovian response to like, I'll just, every time I play, I'll just feel that way. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh God. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't have any alcohol today. Why do I feel this way? Oh, because I'm playing fucking Tetris. That would be kind of funny, actually. It would almost be worth it happening just to be able to state that it actually did, you know? Be like, holy shit, it actually happened. Or maybe it'll create an even better Pavlovian response where Tetris will become hangover medicine. Like, it'll just immediately cure me, you know? That would be incredible. That would be like a Tetris superpower. Which, that's how I try to view my synesthetic brain. I try to view that as a superpower. It's cool. It's kind of like the balance, right? Like, if you told me you could press a button and make my cerebral palsy go away, but it would also take away my synesthesia, I wouldn't do it. I would be like, no, I like the way I perceive sound. I wouldn't want to trade that in. You know. That's my brother is in a wheelchair, and he has a very like intense condition. Like, his situation is a lot harder than mine, and my brother lives a really full life. You know, he's been married, he has a kid. He's a world conqueror, man. He's just always going, and because I feel so grateful that I've always had him in my life, because he just keeps me from being a shithead. Like, I can never get too down on myself, because all I gotta do is look at Eddie and see the way that he lives, in spite of like for some people would just be like insurmountable odds. You know, he just lives right through that shit, and so having him there my whole life, it's just been the best, because I'm incapable of being a little shithead about my situation, and I'll be grateful to that man till the last day I live. Like we haven't been super close in recent years. We don't see each other as much as we used to. And not for any particular reason. I think we're just kind of both going in different directions right now. You know what I mean? Living our lives. But the love is always there. You know, we talked on the phone recently for like an hour. It was super cool. I like, we make each other laugh in a way that like not too many humans, you know, are gonna make either one of us laugh that way. It's very like guttural brother thing that like we just understand each other on a deep level. You know, I miss him. I was talking about him yesterday, and here I am talking about him again today. And it got me thinking about how much I miss him. He's reckless, man. I love him. But yeah, he's one of my true spiritual teachers that way. You know, I was like, showed up out of thin air, right? And made it so I'll never be a pity case. I'm gonna just do this. I don't know why I do that real quick, but I did. Let's get that out of there. Let's get that out of there. Let's get that over there. Let's get that over there. I don't know why I did that. this up. Yes. No. That was an accidental button press. No, ruined my whole fucking game. I had it going really well. Fuck you, you stupid piece of shit. You are a stupid piece of shit and you deserve nothing good. I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me beating myself. Oh God, it's over. It's fucking over. That's a disappointing ending. Even though it ties the best today, that was disappointing because I accidentally pressed the drop button and ruined what could have been that could have been the one, man. Let's go. We gotta go one more. One more where I don't make a mistake and I'll feel better about it than that ending where I actually placed okay but fucked up. So let's go. We'll do one more. That's it. And we'll quote DMX. I love my shed blood for my Oh no, I gotta be careful because the first Tetris stream, I was singing ODB lyrics and I had that N bomb came flying right out. I was like, ooh. I kind of like played it cool. I just kept moving. I didn't dwell on it, but I was like, oh shit, I just technically just dropped the N bomb on Twitch. It was a song lyric, so you gotta take things in context. Ah, my God, Dan, already fucking up. Why did I do that? Okay. I don't use that word in my day-to-day life. A lot of my friends do. It's weird being a Hispanic because sometimes you can get away with that, and sometimes you can't. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on the company you keep. Some people are like, yeah, you're close enough, but then other people are like, hell no, motherfucker, don't use that word, But I don't like that word. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way it sounds, and I understand the energy of like reclaiming a word and kind of like, changing its power. And on a surface level, I even applaud that. That's cool. Yeah, change the face of the word, and now it can't be used against you like that, right? But that one, I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not a great word. It rubs me wrong, That was I remember Matthew Matosis did an awesome. Matthew Matosis is awesome. I think every video he's ever done is awesome. But he did a video where he was talking about games like being set in certain areas, in certain eras, and whether or not it's like cool to whether or not the game should be able to use vernacular of that time period, or if it's like or if it's gonna. Sorry, I gotta focus on this real quick. Right. So like to be historically accurate, if you're playing a game that's set back 67, garbage. All right, whatever. That's that's the more fitting ending. If you're playing a game that's based like back in the day, and where it was MC Whitetown and every we have fucking a history of slavery in this country and things like that. So if you're playing a game that's set back, is it cool to have the language of the game be authentic? So, fucking N-words all over the place and, shit like that. And he said the word in his video, and then he took a pause, and then he went, did it make you uncomfortable to hear me say it? Because, right, contextually, he didn't say it as a slur. He said it as an example of language that was used. But I remember when I watched the video, before he said that, before he asked if it made me uncomfortable, I was like, whoa, that's intense that he just said that shit flat out. And, I was given a bit of pause. I wasn't uncomfortable, but I was given pause. I was like, oh, shit. And I thought that was really powerful. And it's like, it's an interesting thought exercise about how we perceive language. And, I don't subscribe to the you can't say that type of mentality. I just think you have to be tactful and tasteful, and I believe in treating everyone with respect until they earn your disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, I hold back from words like that because I don't want to drop that on people. You know what I mean? I want to show them respect. It's interesting. I love those kind of thoughts. I love thinking about things, not just reacting. You know, getting a little deeper and figuring out what my feelings on topics are. That's something I really enjoy. Damn, we almost gained a whole level today. All right. This was more Tetris 99. This game's fucking great. One day I'll win. So far, I think, I don't know, is 8th the best we've done on stream? I don't even know. I'd have to go back and watch the old episodes. 4th is my best place overall. Not this last game, the one before that. That was the one if I didn't fuck up. But that's what it's going to take to win, is one day I'm going to have to play perfect. And hopefully it happens here on the channel, because that would be super fucking cool. Alright, kind of a shorty boy. Sorry for my little bit of a lack of energy. I feel like it picked up a little once we got going. I'll be back tomorrow with more Dragon Quest. And depending on if Sean or Steve is around, either something with them, or maybe tomorrow is the day I'll actually start Silver Case. Yeah, have a good day. Be well, be blessed. Give love and love will be received. Yeah, and I love y'all. Hey, Tanj, I'm actually about to get off. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah. So, be well, be blessed. I love you all. And shmoney, get it. Peace.